All right, Austin, you should be able to come in. You see, let's see.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, he didn't set it up right, but we got it. We finna get it cracking. I think I'm gonna have to do that for my other guest as well. Um, but yeah, what we got going, man?
Man, I can't call it. I
You
can't
sound like you
call it.
tired.
Huh?
You sound like you owe that tired. Long week.
No, no, but I'm ready for it to come to an end. I'm ready for
Oh
Friday.
yeah, that's real. That's real. That's real. What you got going, man? What's been up?
Man, nothing. Looking at the start of this NBA season. So
Yeah,
y'all mighty LeBron James go down last night.
I didn't get a chance to see what happened. I just know that guy that I be watching that be talking about train, straight train. I watched him.
Hmm. Then y'all Pelicans doing a little job tonight against the Nets. So
I hadn't watched the Pelicans in a good little minute when they got rid of AD.
well, they should have got rid of AD.
Ah,
AD done
he ain't
turned to a
doing nothing.
model. All he do is sit on the sideline with his clothes and his earring on.
He ain't doing nothing this year.
Man, I know the Lakers want their money back.
Like they say, oh wow. So yeah, I'm getting this trying to say stream your as well as access to your Facebook. Feedback. Don't worry, click here. Okay. Trying to I got a couple of guests and I sent them the link, but if I gotta add them all like I had to do this is my first time trying to take this pile of seats since I thought he had everything set up. So let's create.
So when you let me in, how did you had to go back and redo something?
Yeah, I had to click on guest and let me see if I hit guest and then it's an invite guest thing. So what I gotta do, I guess, is log in, I guess, on my laptop and I'm gonna go from there and try to add everybody. Let me see. I'm trying to see how did he set up my account. So I'm just in here really trying to figure it out. But but it's all to the G. I guess if somebody pop up, I should be able to see that they're trying to get on. So uh what we
Yeah.
got going?
Well, I guess we got to go and get into this topic tonight. Um,
Yeah, it's a touchy situation, you know what I'm saying?
but it has to be talked about, so we might as well speak on it. So now I guess we have to get into what is leading or allowing someone to lead in in a in a relationship or a marriage, because you have the spiritual head if you are spiritual, uh, and then you, I guess, for the non-spiritual people, then you have to determine how is the head of household, how is that person been, how's that person seen, how do they fit in as the protector, the guide, the lead, or whatever you want to put them as in your household. And then each person may have a different definition of what that is to them. So that's the first thing, determining what you feel you require as the person that is going to lead in your household. You're on mute. You're on mute, Black.
So you saying on the spiritual level, is a different guidance than the regular level?
I do believe so, because on the spiritual level, then you're called to be the priest in your home. You're called to be the person that is leading your family, and you're supposed to be leading them in a spiritual way and leading them to God. So this whatever, if you're outside of that realm, then what do you consider the leader of the household? What are you speaking of when you say lead, allowing someone to lead? What are they leading?
They leading the family, pack, the household, their guidance. That's what that's what they leading.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So what if they're not fit to lead? How do you determine who's fit to lead and who's not? Because everybody's not a leader. You can
I guess
be
that's when they say,
and you can still not a leader.
I guess that's when they say they want a real man, somebody to lead, that can lead. Because I spoke with a female yesterday. We were commenting, and she also said everybody not fit to lead. She said, but she's willing to be submissive to a man that's worthy of leading. So believe it or not, even though you see a lot of women settling and being with these guys, they know what a leader is.
Do they?
Yeah, they know.
So what you're saying is you fall for what? You fall for anything? Because I mean, if you're settling, if you're out there settling, then you're not going for a leader. But then you say you want a person that's a leader, then why do you fall for someone or allow someone to lead you that's not a leader?
I think they mostly be in those relationships until they find that leader. That's just me.
So what you're saying is that they're they have placeholders. They're so they're wasting their time. They're wasting their time.
They're comfortable where they at for the moment. And as soon as someone who they feel like is that leader that approaches them or whatever, they, start acting an ass and they move on.
So what you're saying is they're leading people on to feel like they're in a relationship, and then once they determine that this person, they go out and they see somebody else, their work husband, and their work husband turns into their real dude because he has the leadership qualities that they want,
that they're looking for.
Well, then why not just stay single until you find what it is that you're looking for?
Because if they single, they can't get the benefits of being with somebody.
So you rather waste your time and live in this false relationship rather than allowing yourself the opportunity to find or allow yourself to be found by the person that is supposed to be this leader for you. So I mean, so why even do that? Why even put yourself in that situation, or even put the other person in that situation, rather than going ahead and doing what it is that's right, by sitting on the sideline and holding off until it's time for you to get in the game with whoever you're supposedly supposed to be there with. That doesn't make sense to me. But I mean, I know everybody be hollering, I got needs, I got needs. Well, I mean, what do you want? You want to just have your needs met?
Yeah, I mean, it's a get what you can get pretty much society now. It's a sex society, like I always say. It's a get what you can get, and a lot of them just get into relationships until something better come along.
So
You know?
we continue to say it's a sex society, but I mean,
Yeah.
you know, everybody ain't that great in bed, and so
Then that's why it's so much infidelity, because they searching for somebody that's good in bed.
well, that's a forever search, because there's always going to be somebody that's someone that may not meet your standards all the way. Each and every person that you lay down with, you can always sit up and say, well, I need this more, I need that more. So what are you going to continue to do? You
I
always
don't know
forever
what they
be on
do,
the search.
but you already know I was blessed, so I never had that problem. So I don't know what they're looking for and what issues they run into. But that never just happened with me and whoever I dealt with. So, but
Well, I
so
understand that,
but a
and
lot of them do. Um, I've been around them, that people that talk about their sex life and what the guy's not doing, how long he's lasting. And that's why I think one of us was talking. I think it was when Brizzle was on here. He was saying the fewer partners that they have, the fewer partners, the less that they know. Like the
the lesser
comparison.
comparisons.
Yeah, the comparison is down. But then again, that's a gift and a curse, because if you go and get you a virgin, or which ain't nobody pretty much gonna find him of that's old enough, that's sexual consent. But um if you don't if they haven't have enough experience, um you never know if the curiosity gonna step in it. And they wonder, what if they, like, they sit there and think, I ain't had but 2 guys in my whole life, and then they got friends that done had 20. So will that curiosity strike? So it's a gift and a curse. You don't want nobody with you don't want no car with 100,000 miles on it, and you don't want them with 15 miles on it. So you just, sometimes you can get one that got 25,000 miles. You know what I'm saying? That car gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? 100,000 miles is gonna need some tune up, some things done to it. You know what I'm saying? You be looking at getting a new motor or something after a while, and that.
Okay, but
So
again, so going back to that, what is it that you want? What is it that you're willing to give up for this good man or this good person? I mean, because again, as we continue to say, no one is going to be 100% of everything that you're looking for. So what are you looking to give up in order to get what it is that you, or get to the
I've
point?
noticed lately it's been more real men, I guess I should say, because a lot of the women today are their thought influence, watching the love and hip hops, where now it's cool to have your breast hanging out. It's cool to go out to an elegant dinner with a see-through fishnet nude body dress on so the guy's looking. And I understand you say sometimes women dress for women. A lot of times women say they dress for women just so they can catch attention of men and women. So it's like the guy Clayton said, he's supposed to be coming on later on. If I can find out how to send him an invite. But like he said, it's not the same. Dating is not the same. People in it for different reasons. It's just not the same.
Well, I mean, it depends on, again, what you're looking for and who you're looking for, the type of woman that you're looking for. There are some women out there that are still, you know, what we would say good women, whatever that definition is for you. So you just have to take your time. You may have to date to get to what you want.
And then the ones who don't have, it seems like those are the ones that have the problem with the dating. They don't want to go through. They feel like dating is wasting their time. And like I was telling them, I was like, how else are you going to get to know somebody? You got to meet them in a neutral zone and you guys talk it out, fill it out. But a lot of women today, a lot of them have been single. A lot of them have been hurt. A lot of them been taking care of their household by themselves 4 and 5 and more years. So then they are going to see guys different. They're going to see that man that approached them different because they done learn how to maintain. And I was talking with a lady today, and she was saying she got her things together. She got like 2 degrees, and men get intimidated when they talk to her. And I was like, what's intimidated about, what I'm saying? Maybe 20 years ago, men got intimidated about women with degrees or education or a career woman. But in today's society, in the last, I'm gonna say 5 to 10 years, that ain't been no factor. We don't nobody care what they got because independent businesses have came out. People are successful doing their independent thing. So whether you got 8 degrees or you got a GED, it doesn't matter as long as you got that MONE, that money. You know what I'm saying? So the degree thing shouldn't intimidate nobody no more. That was yesteryear. But she was like, guys flock away from her. So she hides her degrees. She don't let them know that until they're like deep in a relationship. But like I say, and then when you look at somebody, 35, 40 under, many of them don't have degrees no way. Especially 30 and under. A lot of them don't have degrees. So that shouldn't be an issue nowadays when it comes to dating. All it should be about is, do you have enough money to survive? And if you take on a family, do you have enough, if not money, resources to support that family? So, and if it's a real man who able to get out there and where he don't have the cash, he has the resources to carry a family, I can see them looking for that. So, but when women look for that man with that stability, he's going to demand a certain type of respect. And that's what me and the other lady was talking about on social media yesterday. And she was saying like, that the respect goes both ways. And I'm like, of course, but it don't usually be the man nowadays that's when he's ready to be a provider. We ain't talking about the man with the 100K plus that's not ready to settle down and provide. We talking about the man that's ready to lead and ready to take on a family. He's gonna have certain rules in certain ways and certain respect he's gonna demand compared to the guy who making less than you, who can't provide, who not don't have that get up and go to lead. So women tend to talk to him different. He's gonna let you talk to him different than a man that's got his thing together and know how to lead. And that's where I think the gap is coming in the dating world. When they say they want a real man, a lot of the women don't want to go with the I guess I should use the word, but I'm using it lightly, rules and regulations that comes with dating a real man, because he's gonna have stability, he's gonna have standards, and he just, if he a real man, he ain't gonna let no woman or nobody disrespect or talk to him any kind of way. So I understand women want to voice their opinion. I understand that.
No, I'm just saying you have some men that act that way, that are, so some men, when they come home, if they have an executive level job or they're in upper management, a lot of times get tired of having to come home and having to make decisions and all that good stuff. So they are looking for someone that has that executive type attitude or a type personality, the same as they do, that is able to make decisions for them and the household. So it just depends on what type of man that you're referring to. And again, everyone is different. So it's hard to make a determination on and pigeonhole everyone into a certain way and say that this person is making X number of dollars, so he demands this or demands that, when in some cases that's just not true. And then talking about the type of woman that they want. So I know a guy that he's a VP or something of that nature, and he calls his wife his executive assistant at home. She doesn't work. She takes care of the kids and all that good stuff. She runs the entire household, and she makes decisions for the house, and he earns the money.
It's teamwork.
So again, it just depends on if we're talking about a person leading the house or leading the household, then it just depends on what it is that you're looking for and what you consider a leader in the house. Is the leader just the leader of making money, or is the leader of making decisions for the house?
Well, it's like my interpretation, I guess, when they say leader, the man's job is to provide, leadership. The wife is the co-pilot. The man flies the plane. In the normal, I guess, the older society. When I grew up, the households, mom, dad, they had a pilot and a co-pilot. And it was that man's job, though, at the end of the day, to make sure things were straight. So that's what, when they say they want a leader, a provider, a protector, that's what I see. That man that's going to get in there, take control, make sure the family's straight, make sure the bills paid, make sure there's food on the table, make sure the kids have all their needs, make sure the family has, everything's intact and everything together. A real man, not one who.
What you're saying so what you're saying is a house husband can't be a real man.
No, I didn't say that. I say that he can be a house husband, long as he's making sure the family's straight. Let's just say she working and then she lose the job. That house husband, being that he's a house husband, it's his job to go out there and make sure if they need $800, $600 to pay the phone, pay the light bill. It's his job to get it. Whether he's sitting at home with his feet kicked up, whether he laid back, smoking crack. And when it's time to pay them bills and make sure things straight, as a real man, that's his job. Whether these days it's cool to be at home. Hell, I played house husband for a minute, but I go and do my DJ thing, at night. But in the daytime, I watched out, for the kids, made sure the breakfast and things was made, kept the house clean. Then at night I go DJ. So,
but in this case, the roles are reversed. So the woman is the primary breadwinner of the house. And so it falls into where, like, the woman was the homemaker. And if we want to go to traditional sense, but now those roles are reversed. So now if she loses her job, let's just say she was an executive. If she loses her executive position, then and her husband has a lesser of an education or not able to is not as marketable in the job world as his wife is, and not being able to pool that type of money, then that falls back on the wife, who has accepted the position as the leader of the household in the form of gaining finance. Then so that falls back on her. So we have to define what the definition of a real man is, because that definition is not the same as it used to be, because how times have changed.
Times have changed, but at the end of the day, when they say when a woman says she want a real man, she making her money, but when shit get rough, he able to go out there and take care of business. That's what a real man is. So if she agreed to let him stay at home because she didn't want to be stuck in a house around the kids, she want to feel corporate exec, put on a little pantsuit and stand around in the office and feel important. So she don't want to be at home, but somebody got to be at home with the kids. So you let her go and do the little corporate thing. You stay at home with the kids. But at the end of the day, if he's a real man, she working. But if something happened, he got his paper stacked up where he can take on.
He's going to have his paper stacked up if he's the homemaker.
Easy.
He's put in the same position
now,
that a
female. Now they have at home jobs. He can play the stock market, whatever it is. If he a real man, he just ain't gonna sit his ass at home and do nothing while his wife out there, a woman out there, busting her ass at work. That ain't no real man.
This is the role
I don't care how roles be reversed. That ain't no real man. He has to be bringing something. He got to have something on that table.
He is bringing something. He's taking care of the kids, which allows his wife to go out and do what she needs to do.
Okay. So where the separation comes at, the woman who chooses to do that is not the one that's saying she's looking for a real man. They have a situation. She respects him as a real man because they made that decision. But that woman that's out there that's saying, I need me a real man. She looking for, when that comes off a woman's lips, we're not saying the ones who together, who decided, well, you stay at home, I go work, because mine don't want me work. She'll say at the drop of a dime, nah, you done been providing for us and working for so long. It's time for you to chill and let me go out here and do this. And if I can't, or something happen and you have to go, then you go. But as a real man, I just can't just sit back and 100% let that happen. So I'm going to play the stock market. I'm going to invest in different shows. I'm going to go out there and do shows on my own. So I'm going to make sure that and the money I make, I put up. I don't splurge with that. I get what I need to get. You know what I'm saying? Tissue, food. I get that with my money. But if something happened to her job, I'm still able to, don't worry about it. I got 20 grand in the bank. So that'll hold us until somebody else get back on their feet. I just can't sit back and just let her do everything without me having some type of money coming in, or like I say, investing in something. It's plenty to invest in that can yield you a return these days. So
Well, I
I,
mean,
I
well, actually, with these days, with everything so turned upside down, with
that's why you
stock.
should invest it in everything earlier, and then you'll be yielding your
Well, I
return.
mean, a lot of people did invest in stuff earlier, and that's why, and it's still turning upside down because they believed in the stock market and they didn't really pull things out when it got to a certain point.
Right,
So now, people are losing money. A lot of people are losing money,
right.
and now the interest rate is back up. So it makes things a little bit more difficult. But that's another discussion for another time. But so what type of if so if the definition of a real man that these women are looking for is one that's able to provide, able to make decisions for the house, uh, then what is the definition? What do they consider themselves as when it comes to a good woman or a real woman? What does that look like?
And that, like you say, that's the top for another day, because that's why I say they want that, but are they willing to do what it takes to maintain a real man? Because a real man ain't gonna tolerate what the fuck boys tolerate. They just not.
Well, I
All
mean,
that talking, over talking, and I hear you say a lot of times, I got no problem. Like I say, a woman voicing her opinion, speaking her mind, your woman, your wife, whatever, co-worker, female co-worker, I got no problem with that. But it's when you over talking and trying to talk down, or got that I don't give a fuck attitude when you're in a committed relationship. Real men not gonna tolerate that. Once you do that 2 or 3 times, and he feel like, uh, they say they want a leader. They say they want guidance. They say they want a protector, but they want to go where they want to go when they want to go all times of night. They don't want you to know, if they just need to go to Walmart to get some tampons or something. They feel like they should be able to just leave at 10 minutes before Walmart closed. So I think it's closed at like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. And you don't supposed to know nothing. Man, I ain't do nothing but go to Walmart. A real man not gonna tolerate too much of that, because he's gonna be like, all you had to do was say, I'm gone. And that's that protector. He can't protect if you don't let.
well,
Anything can happen. You in the shower, or you getting ready to lay down. She thinks last minute, I gotta go and run to Walmart real quick. Or I gotta go to the grocery store real quick to get something before it closes so I can make breakfast in the morning. Then you looking for her, and she gone. Then you call and say, hey, where you at? Oh, I had to go to Walmart. Like I say, but as a protector, you need to know what's going on, because if she don't make it back home, and you have to, God forbid, call the police or something to figure out where she at least you know where she at. But a lot of women feel like that's nothing. I ain't doing nothing but running to Walmart. They taking on that man mentality where they can just go. You know what I'm saying? They don't owe you no explanation. I ain't do nothing but go to Walmart. Damn, I can't even go to Walmart. What, you my daddy or something? I gotta tell you every little move I made. That's where the modern woman and that single woman that been living by herself, raising kids, that's the mentality that they're coming into that relationship with. They love it when everything's going smooth. You spending your money, they going on trips, you buying Birkin bags. They love that part. But when you say, where you at? Where you going? Why you going over here? Why you gotta leave at this time of night? Now you're their daddy. And I break it down a lot. in marriage, especially in marriage, I can't speak for the people that shacking, but in marriage, it's a thin line between your daddy and your husband, your wife and your mother. There's a thin line. Why? Because you owe them explanations. We couldn't just jump up and leave the house at 1 o'clock in the morning and not tell mom where we going. We couldn't do that. But women of today feel like they can just jump up at any time and go, and just because they not messing around or going to meet nobody, you don't have no say so. You know, a lot of them think like that, and that's the problem with the relationships of the day. They don't respect the relationship. It's the respect is kind of missing in the relationships of the day.
Well, then, I
Respect.
mean, they have to define what it is that they're willing to do and willing to give up to allow that person to be whatever their definition of a real man is.
They
So,
they want they want everything that comes with that definition, but they don't like answering. They don't like uh having to tell where they go. They rather tell you that they're going to Walmart, but then they'll go to Walmart and end up on a whole nother side of town because they thought of something they needed to go pick up. So my thing is with that, if there's an accident, if the car quit, if there's an altercation on the other side of town and you're not able to get home at a time that they're looking for you to be home, now you got to go and find them or help them get home, and you going on a whole different direction than the Walmart that they were going to. But then you wasn't supposed to, I'm grown.
well, I mean,
I just
again,
made this. I
that's
felt like I didn't have to make that. I felt like I didn't have to call you on that because I was just going by here to pick something up.
well, I mean, if that's the case, if you out stranded, then you need to make your way back on your own. No, but I mean, that's a part of communication, and again, respecting your relationship and knowing that. Yeah, I
Hold
mean,
on,
well,
let me
I
address
would
something.
I would have got up and gone to Walmart
When I
for her.
say when I say going to Walmart, I'm saying in the middle of the night when that person don't know where you're going, don't know you left the house. If
Well, I
it's
mean, there should never be a time that you walk out that door and your spouse, I'm gonna say your spouse because yeah, so when your spouse shouldn't, I mean, that your spouse don't know where you're going. There should never be a time that that happens. So if that's the case, then you don't want a protector. You don't want a quote unquote real man because that person is going to want to know where you're going. That person is not going to be okay with you walking out of the house while they're in the shower or while they're asleep. You getting out of the bed, creeping down the stairs, going wherever it is you're trying to go. Not saying that you having to be going cheating, but just
right,
leaving the house. Period.
right. I mean, at all times, especially when you're married, um, I'm gonna say married and what is it in courtship with intentions on getting married, y'all. People living together,
Engaged,
they check.
and you can go with engaged because
Okay, engaged.
those are the
Okay,
higher levels.
okay.
Married,
If they're engaged and they're living together, it's no time where it's after, I'm gonna say 10 o'clock. Walmart closes at 11. If I have to go to Walmart, I feel like it's my job to say, I'm going to Walmart. I'll be right back. Now, say if because when she come out, let's just say the wife in the shower, when she comes out and she's looking for me to bring something upstairs and she called and I'm not there, it's not the fact. But a lot of people think because you want to know the whereabouts that you keeping tabs. But the way as crazy as the world is today, you just want to know where they are. It's not that you keeping tabs. It's not that you don't trust them. It's just that, hey, I'm about to head up here. So if something happened, they knew where I was. Now, if something happened, I got to go on the other side of town. Let's just say I got to go 8 miles east from where Walmart is, a totally different direction. Now that's time for me to say, hey, I'm going to head over here to John's house to pick up some music or to get some information from him. I got to make a flyer or something, and I'm getting ready to run over there. I don't have to stay on the phone, but at least she know where Johnny's on the east side. So if something happened, a car wreck, a robbery, a shooting, and the police she said, well, he left at 10:30 going to Walmart, but then he had to go to the east side to meet John. So last place he's supposed to have been heading was the east side. So now the police got some type of track on where to go instead of her saying, well, when I got out the shower, he was gone. I don't know where he went. He told me he was going to Walmart. Walmart ain't but 4-5 hours away from here, and he been gone an hour and a half. You know what I'm saying? Because something happened when I got over there. Phone died. You know, I left home with phone on 5%, 10%. You know, it's so, I mean, anything can happen. So when you're, I guess, engaged and married, it's different rules. There's levels to that shit. If you just dating and she want to jump up and he want to jump up at 11 o'clock at night and, hey, I got to go to Walmart, that's cool. That's cool. But if that person don't know, I guess, that you left the house, you know, it's different if you're going right up the road to the mailbox. Like, we have to drive to go to our mailbox. I'm going to the mailbox to come back home. That's one thing. But if I'm going somewhere and I'm going to do some shopping, I'm going to be gone 15, 20, 30 minutes or more, I think I wouldn't even feel right. Like, if she in the shower and I don't want to bother, I'm going to wait till I think she's out the shower and I'll say, hey, I had to go to Walmart, or I had to go to the grocery store. We didn't have this and that, and I know we wanted to cook in the morning, or the kids needed this for school. I thought about it last minute. You was in the shower, so I just ran up here. But at no time do I feel comfortable just not being married or engaged, living together, being a protector, being a a leader. I feel uncomfortable. Now, back in the day when I was just doing what I do, I didn't care. It ain't none of your business. I ain't doing that. I'm just going to the store to get something for the house. So you don't have to question every move I make. But when you're married and, I guess, engaged, living together, those are different. It's different rules. And a lot of women say they want marriage. A lot of women say they want real men, but they don't want what comes with a real man. A real man gonna want to know where you're going. A real man gonna want to know what time you're coming back. A real man gonna want to know who all texting your phone. A real man might want to know who all you talking to. I mean, it's just that if that's his role and he's making sure he makes sure you straight and everybody in the house straight, he's gonna have he deserves more respect than you would the fuck boy, the one who you taking care of, or the one that can't contribute anything. He's not maintaining the house. He's not doing nothing. He just come over, lay you down for 10, 15 minutes, and and y'all just seeing each other. You got the video game plugged up in the living room, in the bedroom. We coming in and play there while you at work. You come home, y'all living off stamps and all that. That's different than that man who's making sure that everything is met in that home. You're his wife, you're his fiance, y'all running a household together. It's different levels. So yeah, if the woman feel like I ain't doing nothing but going to the grocery store at 10 o'clock, but if that man get out that shower and say he looking for you to ask you something, talk to you about something or whatever, and you're not at home, and he find out you've been gone 15, 20, 30 minutes, and there's no call, no nothing. I mean, I just feel like when you're married, engaged, living together, that's not that respect. That's just, that ain't what it do. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I feel you and I understand that, but and that's why I really wish that we could talk to some of the women that are stating that they
want real men.
Yeah, because I really would like to ask them what is it that they want, what is it they're looking for. So what does this real man have to come with? Does he have to have the looks? Does he have to have the prestige? What is it that this guy has to have, and what are um, some of the things that you can just deal with that they come with or don't come with? Because you end up picking up anything. Uh, there was a domestic violence case in Buffalo, New York, where this lady she had two kids with this guy, two or three kids with this guy, and they it appeared that he was, I don't know what kind of dude he was, but they had been together for quite a while, and the dude ended up he beat her all the time, stomped her out, and then he ended up shooting her in front of her kids after she tried to get away from him. So you have to be careful on what it is that you picking up, because if you start picking up just about anything or saying that I'm gonna try this with this person or try this with that person, and people's feelings get involved, there's no telling what some people may do in some cases. So you have to be truly aware of what you're doing, because you don't know what type of mental issues or emotional issues that this person may have, that you're saying, all right, I'm gonna just hold on to this dude. He's just gonna be a placeholder for a minute until the real dude come along. You have to be careful with playing with those situations, because there's no telling what you're running into.
Yeah, what you putting your family in danger. He may be jealous and want you so bad that he'll take out the husband or the fiance in the house. So it's just that the world is so crazy now. The world is crazy. So that's why I be more like, uh, it's good to let someone know, especially if that's your wife, your fiance, where you at, and vice versa. Because I could leave and say I'm just gonna run up the street, but with all the police brutality and different things, and I'm here in Georgia, so it's like you never know. So whenever I just leave and I know I'll be gone, I guess 15, 20, 30 minutes or more, I'm gonna do that call. I'm gonna do a text. Hey, I had to leave. Um, I'm heading to Walmart. Because these days anything can happen. It's not like it was 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 10 years ago. It's crazy out here now. So anything can happen. So let's just say I'm going and I don't know the tail light out. Police pull me over and it goes south, So it's going to be a certain respect level that I feel like men owe women and women owe men when they are living together, especially engaged or married. If y'all just seeing each other every blue moon, he got his place, you got your place, that's different. I feel like you should be able to go wherever you want to go, and if he calls you or if she calls you, then you say, "Oh, where you at? Oh, I'm at such and such. Had to pick up something." That's different. But when y'all living together, uh, making ends meet, building together, I feel like that person needs to know. It shouldn't be a harm of that person knowing where you at, and then Uh, and like I say, and what they wear. Wow, you going somewhere like that? It's just it is, and what women have to realize, a lot of them, that it's not that you don't trust them. It's not that you think they're doing anything. It's just the fact when you're a real man and you're that protector, it's just certain things that that you're gonna do. It's kind of like if you had a daughter, you're that protector, or your son. You're his protector. Same way when it comes to a woman. You're the protector. So you don't want to know, like I say, every stop they make. But if it's on that same side of town, you cool with that. You got Sonic, you got Walmart, you got McDonald's, you have the dollar store. If all of that's on the same side of town, let's just say you got Ross, you have City Trends, whatever. If all of that's on the same side of town, and she tell you I'm finna go to City Trends, she gonna end up going to every store in there and a couple more stores up the road from there, that's different. But if she leaves there or he leaves there and drive 20 minutes or 15 minutes across town, I just feel like when you're doing that 15 minutes across town, I don't see nothing wrong with you saying, hey, I need, even if you're lying, hey, I need to go over here. They didn't have what I was looking for at that Walmart. I'm going to go to the other Walmart. At least you know what side of town they on. You
Well,
know, I mean, call that too much authority. Call that being a controlled person.
If your woman respects you and respects your relationship, then or vice versa, then they're not going to have an issue with providing you that information. And this type of situation should have already been discussed during the early parts of your relationship as a part of your establishing your foundation for what your relationship is going to be built on. So you wouldn't have that issue if you've already had the discussion and that your person respects your relationship.
Right. So, but that's what a lot of women say, they want real men, but not willing to go through what it takes to go through to be with a real man. That's the issue. That's the issue. But like I say, simply getting up, going to Walmart, like I said, then like I said, that's at night. In the middle of the day, that's less. But if it's in the middle of the night, you know what I'm saying? It's that's kind of different. You know, but middle of the day, that you know, you like, okay, because you're doing stuff, y'all busy, they have to do stuff, you know. So what they gotta realize is not a trust issue. A lot of people want to brush that off as being a trust issue. It's not a trust issue. It's more of a, you know, just respect, you know, when you're living together and you're dating. So when they say we want real men, a real man gonna come with structure. He's gonna come with rules. He's gonna demand certain respect that a lot of them not willing to give. You know, they feel like I don't have to say nothing. I don't, you know, it's nothing. I'm not doing anything. You know.
I mean, again, I understand, and you know, just getting up, going to Walmart. I see on here just saying I'll be back isn't a problem. No, it's not a problem, but still, wanting to, you want to let your person know that you're leaving, where you're going. You know, now if you deviate from wherever it is or going to do something different, like going to Wendy's or whatever along that path, then hey, you know, you stop for a minute or whatever it may be. But still, you want to let your person know that that's where you're going. And again, that is for protection purposes or an understanding of where you're going to be. You know, I don't have to know your every move that you're going to make on your route. Like if you're heading to Walmart and again or heading back from Walmart and there's a restaurant or some store that you saw that, hey, I just remembered there was something I need to get at the Family Dollar or Dollar Tree or whatever, and I'm gonna dip in here or stop by Ross or whatever, then you know that's cool. Just hit me up. Hey babe, hey, I decided to stop at Ross. There's nothing wrong with a quick text. So, you know, that shouldn't be an issue or a concern. And again, if that person respects you and know that you're doing this out uh of I'm concerned about you and not out of anything else, then it's not going to be a problem. Well, it appears that I'm the only one on here right now. Um, so just to go ahead and wrap things up, you have to determine what you feel is a real man or real woman. And you should establish how you're going to deal with certain situations in your relationship. And I've never seen a person that respects their relationship that would have a problem with communication. And all of this falls back to communication, how you plan on handling your relationship. And if you get these things established in the beginning, then you won't have problems where it's going to be coming to an end. So that's all I got. You heard the topic. It had to be talked about. We spoke on it, and we're done. Peace to next week.
Mm. Think I cut us off. Come back in, Austin. I think what it is, a lot of women feel like if they answering to a man that it's showing submission, and they don't want to submit. That's what I think. But I'm trying to see how to get James back on here. Hold up. Let's see. Okay. But yeah, I'm back. We're gonna have to get this down pat next week because my other co-host didn't set the stream up right. and I didn't study it because I thought he had everything locked in. So this was getting juicy. So we're gonna continue it next week when I know what I'm doing. So after today, that taught me to always learn what I'm doing myself. It's cool to have your operators, but on the same note, you gotta know how to operate your things yourself. So we're gonna continue this next week, uh, same time, and we'll have it more intact, and I'll have participants on both sides, men and women, speaking on the situation about men leading, and we'll also throw in what if the woman is the breadwinner and the man is a stay-home dad. Does that change anything when it comes to role reversal, or who leads the house? And I know a lot of women are going to say no, because that they were brought up with the man is the head of the household. So, but for the women that say they want real men, we want to see more of them participating uh, next week. So, yeah, I think I lost my co-host, or he lost me, whatever. But yeah, we're gonna continue this next week. So, tune in to speak on it. We had technical difficulties tonight because my partner Jay Phantom, I thought everything was set up, and I have to accept guests and all that. I hadn't had time to study this program, so I'll be more prepared in the future. So if I have to run it myself, I got it. But we're out. Um, we spoke on it, and it's happening, so we might as well speak on it. But I'm out, and see y'all next week. But like I said, I have more guests next week dedicated to come in and speak on the subject. It got threw off the night because Phantom had some family issues he had to take care of. And so he set the time for us to come on, but all the settings wasn't set for us to have a successful night tonight. So I guess as soon as I get off the phone, excuse me, as soon as I get off this podcast, I'll be studying how to run it myself next week and in the future. So we out. Stay up. Go check out my mix. I got a mix up. Go to my page. Go check out my YouTube page. Just type in The Black Movement, and Black is BLAKK Movement. I got a tight little part 2 trail ride mix. Everybody on that's my friend on Facebook know about it. I done posted a lot. It got over 1,000 something views in 3 or 4 days. But go check it out, and if you like it, share it, and let's get them subscriptions up. But on that, we out. Enjoy your night. Peace.